Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and today I'm going to make some chocolate cakes, and I'm going to split it between these two small size bundt pans. And I have some things to just use up in my freezer. That's the reason why I thought, okay, what can I do with these? And so I have a devil's food cake downstairs. I pulled out the rest of these slivered almonds. I'm going to use a chopper and I'm going to chop them up fine. I found under half a bag of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to throw them in there and I'm going to bring you along with me. So let's get this done. So I'm going to preheat the oven according to the directions here. And then I'm going to spray my pans and I'll bring you along for that. So I'm going to spray my bundt pans, and I probably go overkill, but there's nothing worse than when you're making something in a bundt pan and you can't get it out. So I spray them really good. Then what I do is I just lay them upside down on a paper towel in the sink. That's my secret to getting them out of the bundt pan. So I'm going to grind up to the best of my ability the rest of these slivered almonds, because I don't want those big chunks of almonds in the cake. But just having them in there isn't going to hurt anything at all. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I just have, it's called a neutral wave, new wave, something like that. I don't know. This is another item I had gotten at the thrift store. And it's older, but it does the job. And I didn't pay full price for it. So if it breaks down, it doesn't hurt my feelings too much. I sometimes give it a shake. That's it. So now I've got the almonds are broken down. So I am just going to follow the directions on the back of the box. It calls for, I got nuts or something in with my egg. Okay, so the instructions call for a cup of water, 3 eggs, a third of a cup of milk, or no, half a cup of milk, half a cup of oil, not milk. I'm going to get that blended, and then I'm going to fold in the chocolate chips and the ground down almonds. I'm just going to use my hand mixer for this. I'm going to give it a quick stir here, just to kind of bring the stuff up from the bottom. And yes, I'm going to have a mess, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. And my hand mixer I got at the thrift store too. I'm an avid thrift store shopper, so just saying. Give it a quick stir again, bring the stuff up from the bottom. I always keep a hand rag next to me just because I always have to wipe my hands off. That should be it. Give it a good stir before I blend in the rest of this stuff here. So I'm going to blend in all of those nuts. Hopefully it doesn't deter away from the texture. All of those chocolate chips. Give it a good stir. Then I'll bring you back when I get it into the bun pans. Okay, we're going to get it into the bun pans, and it's really thick. It probably made it more thicker adding the almond, crushed up almonds. Okay, let me clean up my mess here, and I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, I do have them on a cookie sheet that's lined with parchment paper, mainly just to get them in the oven at the same time. I had to go get a different spatula to spread this around because my other one, the handle, was just so full of chocolate. All right. So now I'm going to put them in the oven. It said to put it at 350. And then it gives you an assortment of times. So I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to go for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to check them, and then we'll go from there as far as more time. So while I'm waiting for the bundt cakes to cook, I thought, well, I'm going to make up some tuna salad so that I can have tuna salad sandwiches a little later here for lunch. So I have one of these packets that I had purchased. So I'm just going to empty that out. There's no really need to drain it because there's not much for water in here. Only have a little bit of Miracle Whip left, so I'm going to get what I can out of it. It should be enough. That's empty now. I'm going to put some onion that I've got chopped up. I like sweet relish in mine. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. And I have this celery salt to use up. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that. Give it all a good mix. Give it a taste. That's good. And put a little bit more of the celery salt in there. All right, I'm just gonna put it into a container and then I'll have it ready for myself when it's lunchtime. So the bundt cakes are done. Just taking them out of the oven now. They cooked for a total of 28 minutes. I put them in for 20 minutes, checked them, turned them around in the oven so they could get more even cooking, put them in for another 6 minutes, and then another 2 minutes after that. Now, they advise in order to get them out of here the best that we can, other than that wonderful spraying I did, you have to let them rest in the pan for at least 10 minutes. I normally go about 12. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to get them out of the pan. Okay, so the 12 minutes is up, and I usually just take my offset spatula and I just kind of go around the sides just to check, see if they're loose. And they are on that one. And in the center, without wrecking it, just in case some batter got spilled and cooked on it, and then it's going to hold it while you try to get it off of there. Then you take your plate, or I'm going to use the cooling rack. You put it on top of that bundt pan. Then you're going to turn it over, and hopefully it releases. Give it a pat. And that one released. So we're good on that. I'll show you again. Take your cooling rack. If you need to use oven mitts, go ahead and use them. These are cooled off enough that I can handle it. Upside down. Give it a tap. And that one came out as well. So we're just going to let them cool. And I'm going to wrap one up and put it in the freezer after it's completely cool. And the other one I will cut up and I will put into a container and we can enjoy it, you know, for the next couple of days as a treat. So I'm bringing you in a little closer. See, if you oil them real well, you won't have much for stickage. You have a little bit, but not as much. And then there's a look at the cakes. They look really good. You can see the little speckles in there. That is the chopped up almonds. And I'm sure it's going to taste really good because it's a devil's food cake with extra chocolate and then you got some almonds. I want to thank you for joining me today while I created this concoction out of a box cake. And it looks like it turned out. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.